Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Lee. This is JLeesCorner, and this is my late review, honey, for 90 Day Fiance Season 7 Reunion, The Tell All Part 1. Okay, I mean, it came on, what was it, Sunday and Monday? It's Wednesday. Y'all gonna get this on Thursday. Honey, it is what it is, okay? First things first, if you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a whole JayBird, dun 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 dun, and all that goodness and stuff. Send to yourselves, okay? It's 2:15 in the morning, so send to yourselves and stuff, okay? You can also like, comment, and share this video. You can follow me on IG at J_Lees_Corner. Okay, let's get this thing done, okay? I'm going to do part 2 probably in a separate video. I don't know. It depends on how long I babble for this one. I will be reviewing 90 Day Fiance before 30 days. It comes on next Sunday, so you don't have to ask. Yes, I will be doing it. Okay, I don't have many pictures of anything because I ain't feel like doing all that. I have 2 pictures of the groups and then 1 picture of some foolishness, okay? So we see half of the couch, okay? We see Tanya and Sinjin on the corner, okay? We see Annie and Robert, okay, right there. We see, what's her name? Emily and Sasha. Okay, we see Michael on the little camera thing, and then we see Angela, who we know we don't like that much. Okay, we see them. Okay, you see them there? Now they're gone. Okay, and on the other side of the couch, okay, we see the other couple. We see Mike and Natalie. Okay, all the way on the side by themselves. Okay, we see Blake and Jasmine. We're going to come back to him in a second. We see again Marcel and Annie. And then lastly, Juliana and Mike. It's hard to remember their names without seeing the names up front. Okay, so we see all of them. We see all of them together. And then this bullshit. Why did Golden Lords... Okay, everybody, if you have never seen Meteor Man, just Google Golden Lords from Meteor Man and you would get what I mean. I don't know what's going on. Maybe he's trying to be Simon from Demolition Man. You know, Wesley Snipes played crazy person Demolition Man, and he had blue eyes and blonde hair. So I guess that's what Blake was going for. But Blake, I don't like it. I don't understand it. I don't like it. You don't need it, okay? And her face still looks plastic, but we're going to let that go. Okay, so we've seen all the couples. Now let's get into what happened, okay? So we see each couple kind of arriving, saying how things have been going since they got married. Robert and Annie said, I'm saying they've been having ups and downs, okay? Robert brings up how Annie has been making things really hard. I'm looking like, Robert, your bank account is probably what's making things the hardest. Don't say that, okay? But they both say they've been having issues, okay? But he makes it seem as if it's her. I don't believe that, okay? We see Michael and Juliana, they're fine. They're both fine or whatever, but they both bring up how they're nervous to talk about Michael and Sarah's divorce. I don't understand why that's a big topic of conversation. They've been divorced for a while. That's... I don't get it. I'm like, I don't feel like that should be a vocal point of the storyline for 90 Day Fiance. For what? Poor gay. Don't know. Okay. Anyway, with Emily and Sasha, okay, she brings up how he really still can't navigate his way around America. Okay, she basically helps him do everything. She's like a CNI doctor, if you ask me, because she's helping him see around the city, and she also still pays for everything. Okay, and I'm like, And she says it's been hard. It's been hard since he relies on her for everything. We don't like Sasha, though, so I think she should break up with him, but that's her husband. Annie and Marcel, they're fine, even though things have been, difficult adjusting. They're married now, and it was a long road to get to where they are. She brings up how her family is still upset with her for marrying him. Basically, both my water bottles empty. Damn it. Her brother was not speaking to her mom, and of course her oldest son is still not taking things well because he's a little brat. I'm like, girls, teen too much, okay? We also see Tanya and Sinjin, and she brings up how it was unfair that she's still supporting the both of them. But I'm like, but ain't that what you signed up for? Sinjin gives off the vibes of, I'm never going to really work and make much money. He gives off that vibe. So I feel like if you spent that much time with him, I'm sure he made that clear. I don't care what anyone tells me out their mouth. What you show me is what I'm going to believe. And he acts like a person who doesn't want to work. I'm going to say that. It was what it was. You know what I'm saying? He brings up how he know he need a job. He understands he has to work, but he doesn't want to work anywhere that he will hate. Sinjin. You can't, that's not an option, baby. You just can't, that ain't it. Blake and Jasmine, she said that she knows that his friends are annoyed with her. They're very annoyed with her, but she said they should understand that she is his main priority. Okay, if you say so. Now we see Michael, with their along because Natalie, whatever, she ain't there. So, he like, it's tough. We've been, dealing with things and trying to figure it out. I'm like, I'm so tired of hearing that shit. Okay, and then, of course, Angela come in alone to looking like a hamster who just ran a mile in a dirty coat. I'm like, why is her coat had a big old stain on the back, and I'm looking like, you ain't had no other coat? Okay, I guess so. Dirty coat, no. So we see Sean is still the host. I don't mind Sean being the host, but sometimes she irks my nerves. But let's move on. So, all the couples on the couch and everything, and they're just having a random conversation, where it's just random conversation that I really didn't care about. Really did not. Okay, now we get into a couple of points of what happened. Okay, Tanya has a boot on her foot and she's on a little bit of a scooter. Okay, now she was in a car accident. She said that she had to have surgery on her leg, and so she's healing. And Cindy has been very helpful around the house. I mean, he ain't got nothing else to do. And he probably getting paid to be her attendant. I'm gonna say that. Okay. Now Mike and Allie brings up how we're still working things out. We're still confused. I'm so tired of them two. Just break it off. Y'all ain't even together. It's just stupid. But they bring up how they had sex a whole bunch of times a day when they were together. Okay. Andy Marcel, we found out they have, again, it was these random conversations. Okay. So that's why these random points. Okay. But again, even though they're weird now, Michael and Natalie, they had lots of sex multiple times a day when they were together, okay? Andy Marcel has a kind of a loud sex, okay? Because her son said in a little clip how they heard them doing it, okay? And she's like, oh no, it wasn't, I don't think they really hurt us. It was like a little tap, a little tap. Look, you have to learn, if you have a headboard that taps the wall, the trick is you put a pillow in between the headboard and the wall, okay? That way the headboard doesn't bang the wall. If you don't know that, then you don't have great sex, okay? If the headboard is banging the wall, you put a pillow or a cushion between the headboard and the wall. And even if it's hitting the wall, it'll hit the pillow. Trust me, I know. Okay, but I digress. Anyway, Robert and Nanny, how do you guys do it? With Bryson in the bed. And he said, we got the shower, the living room, the couch, okay? And they're like, yeah, we can do whatever. It goes down. I'm sure it does. So they have sex all over the house because they share a bed with a kid. I'm like, Angela brings up that her and Michael had sex 38 times in the 2 weeks that she was visiting him. And what? I don't believe you. Is that true, Michael? He was like, yes. I'm like, Michael's a young man. He likes sex. It is what it is. And I'm like, 38 times actually isn't abnormal. If you were together for 14 days, neither one of them has to work. All they have is space and opportunity and time. 38 times, that's like 2 to 3 times a day? They had a lot of sex days. It's basically what it was. What else? They had nothing else to do besides spend time with each other and have all the sex. I'm like, it wasn't abnormal. I think because she's an older woman, okay, and people just don't understand them together at all. It's like, but I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Anyway, we get on Tanya and Sinjin first, okay? Now, they ask, like, why would you leave for 30 days in between the 90, okay? She brings up well, I have put the trip off 2 times. We know she said that before, and she also brings up how it wasn't as if it was just her decision to not put the job off. It was not just her decision to go. Me and Sinjin made a decision. We had a conversation, and he agreed, and I agreed that it was okay for me to go. And I think what she failed to realize is it's not that anyone is saying, "Oh my God, you shouldn't have went. It was your decision." I think it's like if he's here for 90 days for you guys to get married, you shouldn't have left. Even if he said he didn't mind it, he don't know nobody there at all. He doesn't know anyone. Y'all supposed to, if you had you not left for them 30 days, your wedding may not have been so stressful. On that day, you was putting all the other damn stuff. Okay. Robert then brings up, yeah, but we get 90 days for a reason. I'm saying we get it's 90 days, not 60. And then she said, well, we've spent 9 months together. Y'all have only been together for 8 hours, so that's different. Oh, you coming for me? No, 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 no. I'm just saying, and I feel like, okay, even though y'all had been together for 9 months, y'all still didn't seem ready for marriage. So I do think y'all could have used some extra 30 days. I'm gonna say that anyway. So she brings up how she's been having a hard time because people have been going in on her on social media, and how she's just getting a lot of hate mail and hate and no one likes Tanya, and it has nothing to do with her going for 30 days. It has nothing to do with anything besides, it wasn't one thing. It was a lot of the stuff. It was how she talked to him. It was how she was just dismissive of his feelings. She was a bitch to him. She was, and even if she was only a bitch 30% of the time, it was still crazy how she seemed to not care about how he felt. Okay, and she brings up how people judge me for dancing and going out or whatever when I was there, but I was there and I had school, Monday through Friday, but I was off on the weekends. So on the weekends, I will go out and have fun or whatever. But it was what it was. People forget that I went to his country too, and when I was in his country, like, what did he do to appease me? Bitch, he didn't go nowhere. He didn't leave. He didn't leave you for 30 days. And that's the thing I think she don't get. You could have spent 9 months with him in his country, but the one and first time he come here, you left him for 30 days. And then it showed how it's like she don't take things seriously without her. I didn't care. Anyway, she brings up how they then get into our Sinjin, doesn't want to work. Okay, he doesn't want to work on this anything. He wants to find something, but I want to be a firefighter. I can be an opera singer. I can build bridges. I can be a Teen Titan. I can be all these things that I want to be or whatever. And she brings up how he wants to do these things and he'll bring it up or whatever, but he doesn't put any thought behind it, or he'll want to do it. I'll look into it and then he won't do it. It's just, so that part is frustrating or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, again, like I said in the beginning, he seemed like a person who didn't want to work. So why are you now shocked? I don't know. Okay, it's like he always like, I'm gonna do whatever. I may bartend. I may plant trees. I may dig up trees. I may mow the lawn. I may water some plants. I may do whatever. Okay, I may become a butler. I may become a maid. I don't know. But he doesn't seem like someone who's focused and has a plan and really wants to be a person who makes them. He doesn't. He's a good girl. He's like a hobo. Okay. Anyway, he brings up, I think, the reason he doesn't like working, and he has to do something that he likes because he worked in the mine for 7 years. It was very, very traumatic for him. He brings up how sometimes, even if he's working somewhere else, if he feels flustered or if he gets frustrated or whatever, and it feels how he felt in the mines, he just has this urge to quit. He has PTSD. He does. And they say, you had PTSD. That's what it sounds like or whatever. You need to talk to somebody. Well, see, I suggested he talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? He says, yeah, I think I do. Yes, because you not working the mines anymore. There are many places to work that's not the mines. I'm going to say that. She brings up how he has not worked since 2018. She said we made the agreement. He wouldn't work and I would pay for everything or whatever, but I was going to work and he was supposed to volunteer. She said, but he hasn't been volunteering because he doesn't want to. And it seems as if Sinjin does not want to do it, he's not going to do it. And the fact that you allowed him to not work didn't help that. Tanya, you put yourself in a situation and you're married to a man who has from the beginning showed you what he did not want to do. That don't change because you get married. It just doesn't. I don't think you realize getting married does not make a person be more productive. It does not make a person, want to work. If that's how they were before, it may not change. This it is what it is. Anyway, we then figure out they are still having a discussion about children. Okay, she still wants children. He kind of does not. That's basically what it is. Okay, she does bring up how before he said, "Well, just not right now. Maybe in like 3 to 5 years, I will want children." And she says, "But now he's like, he doesn't know if he wants them at all." And he then said, "Well, yeah, because I just feel like if we have children, I would then I wouldn't be able to be like myself. I couldn't just not work. If we have kids, I would definitely end up having to work at a job I hate just to pay for children. And I don't know if I want that." I'm like, that is a fundamental conversation that should have been had before the marriage. And even though she said we got married because we had no choice. We only had 90 days, and if not, he would have had to go back to his country, and then they would have had to be long distance. They brought it up as if we'd rather be here together now, and if we have to divorce, that's fine. But we wanted to try to make it work. I say, girl, if you said, but they admit they got married knowing they did not agree or they did not have a 100% agreements on children. And I'm like, the fact that she wants them and she can't wait forever to have them. I'm like, I would give Sinjin 3 years. And at 3 years, if he hasn't decided that he does or do not want kids, I would divorce him because, again, her uterus is only going to be empty for, it's only going to be, women can't wait till they're 50 to have kids. It's not easy to do at 50. So I'm like, girl, get it done. Anyway, next up, Sasha and Emily. Theirs was pretty simple if you ask me. We see the footage of his ex-wife, the first ex-wife, who was saying how, Sasha goes on just wherever the wind blows him, and him going to America has less to do with Emily and more to do with he just wanted to do something different and she's just the means to get there. I 100% agree. Okay, Sasha seems like he's just going with the flow. Period. I mean, I don't care. Anyway, Robert then says, well, she sounds like a hater. And then Sinjin then says, yeah, she sounds upset that she lost him. I say, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Man, you're stupid, okay? That's his first ex-wife, okay? What's her name? Emily will be his third ex-wife eventually, okay? And I'm not speaking negativity on their marriage, but he do seem to have a pattern. And I don't think that Emily even realizes it. I think she has a golden vagina and her baby is going to be end all be all. And I'm like, no, but he seemed like he's just waiting to not be happy. And then Papa was a Rolling Stone, and the next hat he has will be his home. Okay, anyway, but I did not like Robert or Sinjin making it seem as if the first ex-wife had a vendetta. Or when she's just, I'm like, she married that man, they had kids, he then got someone else pregnant, divorced her, and married her. And the fact of the matter is, supposedly, the 2 ex-wives is cool. When your 2 ex-wives is cool, but they not cool with that third wife, it's a reason. Because he cheated on the second wife with Emily. I don't care. Anyway, Emily then says how she feels like the first ex-wife is just not a nice person, okay? She's just a negative or whatever, and she doesn't take any accountability for the downfall of the marriage. I say, but how do you know? You wasn't around for the first wife, okay? You didn't come around until the demise of the second marriage. So my thing is, you can't say what she will or will not take, accountability for because you wasn't around back then, okay? Shut up, Emily, on that part. And the first ex-wife may be negative, but the fact that Sasha admits he was not a good father to their son probably says why. We don't like him, but he not even our baby daddy. I can imagine how much of an asshole he was to that first wife. Girl, bye, okay? And I'm like, it's just dumb. It's just dumb, okay? Sasha brings up how, because they say, well, was there an overlapping between your first wife and your second wife? The fact that he had to think, let me think, um, no. I had broken up with my first wife when I met my second. You can't break up with a wife. You can divorce the wife, but the wife isn't a girlfriend. It's not like, oh, we broke up. No, it's not how it happens, okay? Which means he was still legally married to that first wife when he met the second wife and got her pregnant, okay? They then asked, well, did you meet Emily before or after you were divorced from wife number two? Again, he was like, um, yeah, I met her. I met her when I was still married, but we weren't talking. It wasn't, it wasn't a relationship, whatever. It wasn't anything like whatever. I had seen him, thought he was cute. I tried to talk to him. He turned me down, okay, and then he said, him and the second wife broke up, and then we started, a romantic relationship. I was like, you were the mistress. You knew that man was married, and now y'all trying to make it seem as if, oh my God, him and the second wife broke up. And no, it's a pattern, girl. The fuck about, okay? Anyway, he admits I did make mistakes within both of my marriages. You seem like the common denominator. I digress. Okay, we then see Emily's sister Betsy come up. Whatever. Betsy don't like Sasha clearly, okay, at all, okay, and she feels like he body shames Emily. She brings up how he's not a nutritionist. He wants her to look a certain way, but doesn't care if she's healthy regardless of how she looks. Sasha, excuse me, Emily body isn't horrible. Emily just looks like a person who just had a baby, and excuse me, and it's a thing to where, boy, it was funny when Betsy said, and where did you get your degree from? Did you Google it? I'm like, girl. Anyway, Emily said out her own mouth, she doesn't like what she sees when she looks in the mirror. She doesn't like how she feels. I'm saying she doesn't like her body. She wants to fix it, but she's so tired because she works full time. Then she comes home and she's a mom or whatever, and she wish she had more time to work on her body more, and she wants her body to look how it did before she had the baby. And I feel like Emily don't realize her body structure looks different than before she had the baby. Her hips spread and her body's just shaped differently. It doesn't mean that she can't lose the weight, but I do feel like she's voicing the fact that she does not like her body. However, two things can be true at the same time, okay? She can not like her body, and Sasha can still fat shame her. Both things are factual. Sasha doesn't tell her, even though you want to fix your body, you still look great. I feel like he still tells her, yeah, you do need to lose weight. Yeah, you do. He doesn't encourage her to feel amazing. He helps her insecurities become more factual in her head. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell that she really doesn't like how she looks. And the fact that not one time that she was sitting there did he ever just make her feel okay. Not that it's okay and she does need to lose weight or that she does need to get in shape, but just that it's okay how she looks right now, and it's okay for her to work on it. He sat there, he just sat there and let her down herself and gave her no words of encouragement. Just, I want her to look healthy, and I'm like, bro, it's whatever. Anyway, Bessie also feels like Sasha has a pattern. And, you meet a girl, you get her pregnant, you marry her. Oh, no, you meet her, get her pregnant, then marry her, cheat on her, and leave her. Repeat. And she's like, it's only a matter of time before his pattern kicks in with her sister. And I just want her to be prepared or whatever. She brings up how once he gets his green card, that's when the real Sasha will kick in. And then Emily said, well, we were in Norway. What's I feel like Norway? We were in Russia, and he could have left me then. You know what I'm saying? And it was other girls, whatever. Yeah, but there wasn't other American girls who he could knock up and bring him to America. I think Sasha always wanted to leave Russia. And I feel like um he wanted to get away from them kids, his other kids. And I feel like his thing was, okay, I can be in this new country with her, and then that makes everything okay. So I agree with Betsy. He will show the real him once he gets that green card. Once he's able to work, that's when we'll see who he really is. Right now, as I said, he depends on Emily and their family for everything because he can't work here yet. But once he gets that green card and he can move around freely, then we'll see what happens. Girl, she ain't lying. She ain't lying. Okay, Juliana and Michael. I feel like, again, we didn't get much information on their marriage. Okay, we see Juliana brings up how her family does not talk to her anymore since she got married, mainly because the house her family stays in back home is her house that she pays for. And she brought up how when she would be spending Michael's money, like if she spent $1,000 at the grocery store, it was to feed her family. It wasn't even for her. And so her family got used to, gimme, 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 gimme. And then once she came here, and once she got married, and once she was not there and able to do so much for them, they got pissed and was like talking about her and dogging her, which of course hurt her feelings or whatever. And they also are upset that she can't also bring them to the States and then they have a better life as well. So they're basically, using her for what they can get. And she's been trying to help take care of them, but the minute she says she can't do something, they just stop talking to her. She was very, 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 very sad or whatever. And, it was just kind of crazy. So we then see Sarah comes out. And it was cute, not cute, but it was a good thing that Michael was loving and consoling of her and bringing up how it was crazy that they talk to her and treat her that way, mainly because she's not the person who is financially responsible for them. She tries to help as she can, but I feel like it's not her job. You know what I'm saying? Y'all living in my house, pay the bills. Anyway, so we then see Sarah comes out, okay? And Sarah came out or whatever, and we see that her and Juliana are like best friends, okay? They're sitting there, they're holding hands. I want to hold your hand, is what was going on, okay? So Sean then asks, well, why did you and Michael get divorced? I'm looking like, why does that matter? I get why it would matter in the grand scheme of things, because you want to know how your current husband was before, but at the same time, the show don't need to focus on that. I feel like if Sarah and Michael were able to coexist and raise their children after divorcing, the reason they divorced shouldn't matter now. And the fact that she and Juliana are good friends, I think it's okay. I think I didn't care about him and Sarah. I just didn't, okay? Now he brings up how he just no longer felt like he had freedom. I'm like, you was a grown ass man with kids. What? So he like, I just felt I was out. I was out partying or whatever. Saying I was in a bad downward spiral at that point in time, and then things just came to a head. Now Sarah felt like, well, I feel like I gave him space to travel our whole marriage. She's like, even when we were dating, he traveled all the time. So I don't understand why he is saying that he felt like he did not have any freedom. I will say this. You can allow your man, your husband, or whatever to do anything. Oh, go travel the world or whatever. If the minute he comes home he feels trapped, that's when he feels he does not have freedom. Because when he's home, he can't do things. You know what I'm saying? And I think once he started getting money and they had them kids, that's probably what changed. You have responsibilities, okay? And you need to do some more stuff. And girl, I don't care. Anyway, he also admits that there was some emotional cheating, that he did not have sex with anybody, but he was definitely carrying on emotional conversations with women that were inappropriate or whatever, based on him partying and flirting or whatever. He said, I never let anyone to believe I was single. People knew I was married with kids, but again, it was still so in that aspect, yes, it was cheating. They then asked Juliana, well, did you know about all this? And she says, well, he didn't tell me per se, whatever, but I don't, because I don't ask him about the stuff. I ask her. So her thing is, I don't have to ask Michael about what happened because I found out from Sarah. And I feel like for some reason what they had works. and leave it at that, okay? I'm like, but again, I didn't even get why it was. They talked more about him and Sarah than him and Juliana. I'm like, am I getting punked? I was so confused. They then brought out his adult ass children. They not adult, they like 8 and 9 going on 40 and 50. I hit fast forward. Fast forward. Wherever they go, I don't. Okay, and then that was the end of that. I know the kids. Somebody said the kids were like, saying how you should speak or learn other person's language or whatever, and I'm like, that's very true. Very, very true, because we still know that Robert and Andy, not Robert and Andy, that Marcella and Andy can't talk to each other. Okay, and is it her name Andy? This was two. It was two Andys, a whole bunch of Michaels. This is a weird season. Okay, Robert and Andy. Theirs was kind of crazy. Okay, they asked him, why did you sign a new lease of a one-bedroom apartment if you knew that she was coming, y'all need more space? He brings up, well, I didn't know when she would be able to come here, for one, and I didn't want to move my son's school because the school is so close to the apartment. She said, oh, no, shut up, okay? There are a lot of apartments and places to rent in that same neighborhood. I said, come on now, let them know. Let them know. Anyway, so they then asked him about the whole Goodwill situation. Why did you take her to Goodwill? Well, I was testing her, okay, because people say that she wants money. So I figured I would take her here and see how she reacts. And he's like, boy, that was stupid. But he told me he was going to buy me clothes. So I didn't bring my stuff. I didn't bring a lot of clothes with me because of what he told me. And I get here and he wants to give me used clothes. That's just not nice. I said that's true. If you told, I would get it if she brought her stuff here and just wanted you to buy her new stuff. But the fact that she did not bring all of her clothes because you told her you would buy her new things, you ain't shit, Robert. You ain't shit. Now, she brings up how people want to act like she's a gold digger, and she's not. I dated men who were rich in my country. And I used to live with a man who was very, very wealthy, where I had maids and shit for me or whatever, and I was miserable. Okay, I was crying and drinking or whatever. Crying and drinking and crying. Okay. But again, she's like, but it wasn't love, and because it wasn't love, I wasn't happy. If I wanted to use somebody for money, it would not be right because he don't have none. Okay, I was him because I love him, and I said, I guess that's just true. They video on the whole Facebook pictures and I didn't care. They had this same conversation before. She wants him to delete all the photos off his Facebook. He feel like I'm saying I will only delete the ones with just me and my exes, not me and my exes and my kids in them. And I'm like, I don't care. I really did not. I feel like I don't care if I'm dating somebody and their Facebook page has their exes from 5 years ago. I don't care. Now, if they're on there from like 2 months ago, maybe not. Okay, or I feel like it just depends. It depends, because if I've been dating for 2 months and you were just with a girl 2 months ago, we not even really that serious at all. I think it would have any picture that's a year or older. I don't care. I would say that. But if it's like your girlfriend from like 6 months ago, that's current shit. Maybe delete that shit off, okay? Delete current things, but you don't need to go back, or you don't need to go all the way back. But I digress, okay? We then hear from the porn grandparents, okay? Porn grandparents, okay? And they like, why would you ask Annie about her birth control? Like, what was going on there? Well, Robert doesn't do much things right, but he can make a baby. Okay, I'm like, y'all are assholes, okay? And we just wanted, we just wondered if they would have more kids, because that would then, take away from Bryson, and then that was our issue, whatever. And I'm like, y'all lying, okay? Bald-headed lying, okay? Now, everyone's like, oh, that's bullshit. Now, at that point, Robert gets pissed, okay? Robert was upset with them. That's not your place, okay? I can see if my mom asked that question, because my mom wants to know what's going on in my life, but you're not my mom. But I'm Bryson's grandmother, but you're not my mom, okay? You're not my mom, and you should not ask that question, okay? That ain't the thing to ask, okay? Now, they fussing a little bit there, whatever, okay? And then poor grandparents bring up how, no. Robert brought up how they don't even see Bryson that much. And Annie also like, I was like, why I gotta meet these people and they don't even see or call or talk to him on any kind of regular basis. So why do I have to like be cool with them? And they like, so they want people to think that they're fully active in his life, and it's not that at all. I say, I guess so. Anyway, he really, if I want more kids, if me and my wife have kids, then that's another son, or I mean, there's another brother or sister for Bryson to love, because he deserves to have love. It'll be a loving home. This saying, what me and my wife do is our business. And if my son has a sibling, that's what it is. Like it ain't your business to worry about it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now the grandparents look at whatever. You know what I'm saying? Well, we're just saying, and then things escalate to where you see Robert is now pissed because the grandparents again are making it seem as if, you know what I'm saying, we can't even see him right now. You damn right. You know what I'm saying? You're damn right. Y'all used to see him, once a month, okay? But y'all send me some fucked up texts and my son will not be coming over there because you can't hurt me. You can't hurt me. You can only hurt me through my son, and I'm not gonna let that shit happen. I said, oh, that's Papa Bear. That's when he did that. I said, okay, I get it. That is how a father should react to anybody trying to play them like they dumb. Okay, but I digress. Anyway, the porn grandparents, oh no, we're not doing this. Cut the cameras up. We ain't doing this because they look bad now. So Robert then explains a little bit more that happened. He said, you know what? They want to act like they're oh so involved, but they're not. He says, at one point, my house burned down, and I was, homeless for 2 months. And I was living with friends, saying, on couches for 2 months or whatever. He says, never once did Bryson's grandparents offer to help or offer to even take Bryson. He said, no, my family from Atlanta called and said, hey, send Bryson to us so that he's, in one place or whatever. And while you get yourself back on your feet. So I feel like that may be the reason why he was in the one bedroom, because his house burned down. Okay. But his point was they did not open their doors to their grandson at all. So bullshit. I say, girl, I get it. And y'all, they can't hurt me, but they can't hurt me through my son. I ain't having it. I say, okay. He got 5 points for me. I say, come on now. What else? Anna and Marcel, it was boring. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they together. I don't know what else. They together, whatever. They still don't speak the same language. They're both learning to speak each other's language. It was boring to me. Her oldest son still is treating him like an asshole, and even he's mean, not mean, but he doesn't like that the younger brother calls Marcel father in Turkish. Whatever the Turkish word for father is, so he calls him whatever. He don't like it. You know what I'm saying? They bring up how sons are just overprotective of their moms, and so he's probably just being protected because he was probably used to being the man of the house, and here come Marcel, he just doesn't like it. So Marcel would just have to kind of prove himself to the oldest son, and that's probably when he'll stop being a little asshole. Well, don't give him no more allowances, okay? Let him be broke. She also brings up how she does not feel like she ever puts her relationship over her children. People kept saying, well, you picked Marcel knowing he was not going to tell his parents, whatever. And she said, well, no, I felt like he eventually would. And I was just hoping that he would, but it's never like I never left my kids for him. I just kept hoping he would, tell them about him, whatever. But I was like, I guess so. They bring up how Marcel wants a child of his own, but she can't carry another baby, so they're going to have to get a surrogate. But supposedly in his country, surrogacy is like frowned upon, so they would have to hide the fact that they had a baby via surrogate. I was like, man, look, fuck his people, okay? Fuck them all and on all ways and all days. Fuck the family, okay? Anyway, he then says, but I don't care how my family would feel about us having a surrogate. Like, I will just want a child, and I wouldn't care how they felt. If you say so. The whole debacle on just trying to conversation on the soulmate. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care. I don't care. I'm my girl, whatever. Even when when Sasha brought up how they asked, well, did you think your first wife was your soulmate? He says, well, no, that was 10 years ago. At that point, I wasn't thinking about it, but I did think my second wife that we would be together forever until you met Emily. They then get on Michael and Natalie. Girl, I didn't care. I'm gonna cover that in part 2. This is already 40 fucking minutes, so y'all can catch part 2 and I'll talk about Natalie and that Van Mike. Gotta go. Peace.